Alright, so we're playing Typical. And this, I really like this game, so. Alright, here we go. Have you ever experienced strong feelings before? Feelings that are vivid, contradictory, confusing, and frightening, but also interesting and exciting. At some point, passion can no longer be held captive under the lock of one's own heart. Oh, Gabby's I'm surprised. You're gonna like this. And I can't do it anymore. My love story begins today. Wow, there are actually 10 people watching me play this. This warm and sunny day, even nature smiles upon me with its approval. I will succeed. I'm sure of it. I'll have it no other way. I stand in the hallway and nervously squeeze the gift package I had carefully prepared ahead of time. Oh, I shouldn't crush it. Trying to relax my fingers, I gently hold the pouch behind my back. I can't let him see it before I give it to him. My first year attending the University of Arts, I made a few unexpected friends. Cat, get off me. Come on. Damn it, Cat! And I love and cherish them immensely. Suzuki Senpai is one of them, of course, because this is in Japan. Because, of course. He so kindly offered to introduce me to the faculty and educate me about the university rules, as well as many other things. Kind and charming, Suzuki Senpai has a smile that's impossible not to fall in love with. Due to circumstances that were beyond my control, I've been unable to confess my love to him these last 3 years. But I can't hide these feelings within my heart any longer. Against all odds, I must confess. I want to date him and plunge myself into a whirlpool of excitement. It isn't easy overcoming the hurdle that's our friendship, especially when every other girl is constantly throwing monkey wrenches into my plans. If I wait any longer, I risk him being scooped up by another girl. Right now, I will confess. Oh, that's the first chapter is bitter chocolate. After all, today is Valentine's Day. And if you guys didn't know, Valentine's Day in Japan, the girls give chocolate to the guys they like. So, a day created specifically for the situation. Well, you might say that the gods made this day for people like me. By giving chocolate to your favorite boy and watching his reaction, you can then decide what to do next. If he refuses your feelings, you can always say, "What nonsense, this is friendly chocolate." I've been preparing this for a long time. I've studied various cooking techniques in the hopes of making the most delicious chocolate in the world, and finally decided on the famous Swiss recipe, chocolate that melts in your mouth. Once Senpai takes his very first bite, he'll definitely fall in love with me. There's no way he'd reject me. After all, it's common knowledge that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I try to pump myself up with confidence. If I don't have the courage, I might miss this moment. And I won't allow that to happen. I squeeze my hand into a fist and thrust it upward, as if punching the air. It's a good thing no one was around to see that. The halls are usually quiet and empty a few hours before classes start, so I can breathe easy. We agreed to meet at the main entrance at 8 o'clock. And so here I am. As expected, none of my friends are here yet. Meh. To be honest, I got here a little early, so I still have some time to kill. I'll just wait for them here. Alright, so this one has you have to look at stuff. You have to inspect stuff. So, to move on. Wow, has this painting really been here for over 100 years? Usually they're changed out every 6 months or so, yet for some odd reason this piece has been here for nearly a century. Kaga says it's really a portal to another dimension, and if you run as fast as you can and smash into it, you'll be transported to a world filled with wizards. It's just a joke, of course, although no one's ever tried. This hallway used to be much more spacious, but then they installed these display shelves. I'm not sure what engineering genius came up with that idea, but the empty shelves were quickly cluttered with all kinds of garbage left behind by the students. But everything has been cleared away in preparation for the festival. Thank God for that. All of that junk just reminded me of how messy most of the students are. I was up late last night chatting away on Facebook. I love how it's Facebook. So I didn't get much sleep. Yet oddly enough, I'm full of energy this morning. Though perhaps I shouldn't sit down right now. My lack of sleep may catch up with me. Alright. I'm not very fond of this field. It's pretty crowded most days, which makes me anxious. And the area is wide open and unprotected. Not to mention hot and humid during the day and too cool in the evening. But most people like it. There's always a lot of students out there, especially during lunch. Although there are other places one can eat comfortably, such as the roof, which is breezy, cool, and deserted. And besides, my social anxiety isn't exactly an easy thing to deal with. Alright. I love boards like these. There's always something interested posted on them. Stickers, reminders, notes, scraps of paper with important info. Anyone can write things and stick them up there. The faculty introduced this method board to encourage students to share and exchange study ideas. But us students use it for far more than that. There are often love letters, curse words, silly drawings, and other such things pinned on it. There's nothing for me up there right now. Although last time I checked, Senpai had left a sticker with my caricature on it. He drew me so badly that I only knew it was me after deciphering the clue he'd left with it. Haha, he can't draw people at all. Obviously, that's why he enrolled in the Department of Contemporary Art, where students are only taught how to draw abstract images. Although, maybe I should leave Kaga a message. I'm sure that would make her happy. Let's see, do I need to leave her a message? Yeah, I'll be nice. I'll leave my best friend a message. I grab a pen and scrap a paper from the box next to the board. Let's see, I should write something that's encouraging and kind, something that'll warm her heart. I quickly scribble, Kagari, you are beautiful. I've always admired you. I hope we'll be friends forever. Done. I neatly pin the message in the center of the board. She'll know it's from me, right? When she sees it. If ever. Alright. We have to inspect all of this stuff before we can move on with the story and actually meet the boys. But, okay. In addition to all of the junk that clutters the hallways, there are a lot of potted plants. Some of them are unfamiliar to me, and I don't know their names. This one looks a bit like a palm tree. Typical. Average. But I'm not sure. Whenever I have a question about nature, I ask Subaru. I'm sure he told me about this plant at some point, but I'd forgotten all about it. Well, there's no sense in fretting over it too much now. Oh! They must have changed that last night. I look upon the creation from afar. It's very good, although a bit unsettling. Subaru's artwork is often displayed near the junior classrooms, although he's so talented that the university has barred him from submitting his paintings for Picture of the Month, lest he discourage other students from entering. Besides, he usually wins any competition he enters. Even local contests are a piece of cake for him. It's silly that he isn't allowed to exhibit much of his work anymore, although, if he did, they'd have to name a whole hallway Subaru Alley. I'm trying! CNU students are no longer allowed to enter university competitions. The administration feels that a job well done should be motivation enough for them, not to mention the dean believes additional awards and merits are worthless in a student's final year. They've completely forgotten how students learn. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, then why do it at all? Alright, just 2 more things to look at, and then we're going to get to the boys. Our campus's favorite color is red. There are various brightly colored objects sprinkled about the university, some of which are quite awkwardly placed. The fenced-in gold-plated sinks that sit in the middle of the reception hall? So what? It's modern art. What's wrong with that? Or the deer head hanging over the cafeteria entrance? It stinks like a museum in there and kills the appetite of everyone who sits near it, but this is the University of Arts, baby. Ha ha! I crack myself up sometimes. Anyhow, these things seemed pretty wild my first year here, but I'm used to them now. Although all of the designs that decorate the corridors hurt my eyes sometimes, everything is just so intense and dramatic. And sure, I understand that art requires a sacrifice, but what about my poor eyes? Well, at least the classrooms are a little more modest. There's nothing too crazy or decorative in them to distract the students from their studies. We're getting to it, okay? Last thing! The fly lazily crawls across the ceiling. Am I really so bored that I'm just sitting here watching a fly? Maybe I should find something more interesting to occupy my time with. Like dreaming about my bright future. I just know great love is out there waiting for me. I don't care what the horoscopes say. I didn't even skim the rest of the newspaper this morning. Bad news always sullies my mood. I'm getting distracted from my daydreaming again. What was it again that's awaiting me today? Great love, yes. Alright, let's get out of here. I notice 2 people standing at the end of the hallway. I hope it's the guys. I struggle to make out the blurred silhouettes as I walk closer. It is them! In my haste, I'd completely forgotten to put my contact lenses in this morning, but I won't let that little oversight get me down. In an attempt to snap myself out of my gloomy thoughts, I slap my cheek, and the sound echoes all the way down the hallway. Oops. That was a little loud. It's a good thing only Senpai and Subaru are around to hear it. An entourage of beauties usually hovers around Suzuki when Subaru stands off to the side, snorting in annoyance at the vixens. So I often have to make sure none are lingering nearby. They're both empty-handed, which means neither have received a single piece of chocolate yet. Hooray! I'll be the first. I got up so early this morning, and it wasn't in vain. When I first began talking to the guys, they were already quite popular. It was difficult trying to make friends with them when I had so much competition in that department. Not that things are any better now. The only time we can speak in peace is in our secret place before classes start. How much did I overcome? How much have I endured? How much have I changed just to be with them now? A lot. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Without them, I wouldn't be who I am now. I would have kept hating myself, continuing to live a lonely life as I closed myself off from others, viewing everyone with distrust and missing out on so many interesting experiences and things. But joy overwhelms me now. I can't help but smile today. Finally, I'll be able to reveal my feelings. Good morning, Suzuki-senpai. Alright, there's the boy for you. Wonderful. As usual, you were the first to greet me this morning. Uh-huh. I look him over. Tall, handsome, always friendly, immensely kind. His smile alone warms my soul. He gently pats my head in greeting, and my heart feels as if it's about to burst from my chest. I'm happy to see you too, actually. Following Senpai's lead, Subaru roughly tousles my hair. Hey, you'll mess up my hair. I worked really hard for it to look this good today. Subaru instantly grimaces and pulls his hand away. Anyhow, I'm glad you're here. I smile even wider. It's now or never. It's time for Senpai and I to confess our love for each other and finally become a couple. Hopefully. Not even Subaru can stop this from happening. I'm sure he'll understand and respectfully step aside when he sees the bundle I'm now hiding behind my back. Senpai, Today, Cough! Okay, so he's coughing a lot. I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. Subaru sees where this is going and is clearly annoyed. And all my courage instantly vanishes. Cough! Stop coughing already! And my face is now as red as the reddest lobster in the world. Damn it, I was intent on proving to the world that I'm not the shy waif I used to be. What a shame. And that jerk has to go and spoil my mood again. My awesomely romantic mood. Hold on. This music is too loud. I need to fix this. There we go. That's a little better. Why are you stuttering? How odd. Subaru smiles and ruffles my hair even more. And I shiver. Subaru shakes his head in irritation. He's deliberately trying to interfere with my confession, isn't he? It's getting late. If we keep standing here all morning, we'll miss breakfast. No! Yes, indeed. Come along. Classes start soon, and then the hall will be filled with students. If we don't get a move on, a flock of ravenous birds will certainly fly in and tear us apart. He laughs. Besides, I'm ravenous enough myself. Wait! No! He knew I was going to confess, didn't he? And he didn't react to it at all. Sneaky senpai. Wait, what about my confession? Wait! Subaru grabs me by the sleeve. Hey, stop that! You'll stretch out my blouse. I just bought it and it wasn't cheap. Yeah. He lets go and holds up his hands. Honestly, it'd be more fitting if you dressed in a warm t-shirt and trousers. What? Why? It's common knowledge that the girl's intelligence is directly proportional to the way she looks. Okay, great, fucker! Then he flicks me lightly on the nose. Hey! I bite my lip and pout. I put a lot of effort into looking beautiful this morning, and he has the nerve to say that to me? But even so, he's still going soft on me today. He's usually much more sarcastic. He is a jerk. Monster. I wanted to be snarkier in my response, but just looking at Subaru's face, it's clear something's bothering him. Whatever the case, I can still do this. I just need to regroup a little. Despite our little tiffs, Subaru and I get along fairly well, and I have to admit, it'd be pretty boring not having him around. I even miss him when he squirrels himself away to study, but just a little. But that's certainly not the case now. Arrgh! We walk through the spacious university corridors on our way to our secret place. Well, it's more like they proudly stride ahead of me while I meekly follow behind, hoping to find the right moment to declare my love. Senpai is in a good mood today and is singing a theme song from one of the TV shows he's been watching recently. Do you really have to learn the songs to all of the shows you watch? Of course, I'm the best there is. There's no one better. And yes, they're certainly catchy enough to remember by heart. Do you realize how annoying an opening theme can be? Once it's stuck in your head, you simply cannot get it out. Oh my god. I'm going to have to listen to your howling all day long, aren't I? That's the best case scenario. What? The worst is you having to listen to my crooning until you're old and gray. Suzuki then continues to sing quietly as he walks along. Exasperated, Subaru sighs to himself and mumbles, "If that's the case, I hope I die young." It certainly seems like Subaru isn't in the best of moods today. I wonder why. Although he's often irritable and grumpy, he's not usually bitter like he is now. Following behind the guys, someone unexpectedly taps me on the shoulder and I startle in surprise. No one was behind me just a moment before. Sergey? Thank goodness it's only him. I've had enough of the guy's crazy fangirls. It's bad enough they tried tricking me into thinking that they wanted to be friends with me, then mocked me by stealing my clothes and moving things around in my room. Yet in the end, they were the ones who ended up humbled. I'm the one walking beside these two handsome men right now, not them. Although, to be fair, I had to give a few impudent fangirls a good thumping. In self-defense, of course. Hello, Teru. Sergey, hi. I didn't expect to see you here so early in the morning. I have to fill out some documents for my transfer. Are you transferring back to Russia? I try to choose my words carefully. I don't want to accidentally offend him. We don't talk much, but we worked together on a few projects last year. He's a really nice guy, although his appearance is a bit different. I'm sorry to see him go. I always felt that had our situations been different, we might have been good friends. No, I need to stay a little longer. I have some business to finish. He speaks with a slight accent, and it's kind of cute. I wish I could do a Russian accent for you, but all I can say is idiot. Idiot. Like Vladdy. Besides, I have a few things in mind for the festival. I'd like to participate. For the last time. His voice trails off with a tinge of sadness. I think he might have fallen in love with this university. I can't wait to see your new work. If they allow it. I grin. He's had some problems fitting in here due to his appearance. His bows, jewelry, and ponytails don't exactly appeal to everyone. Although a lot of girls find them cute and attractive. But as a foreign student, Sergey is often treated unfairly by his teachers. By the way, are those the earrings I made for you? He comes closer and gently touches my ear. They look really good, thanks to you. Oh boy. We're gonna stand here. He's so close, but despite the unexpected intimacy, I try to remain calm and collected as he examines my earring. Ah! He has such elegant hands. His fingers are so soft and gentle. This is the side character. I would have thought they'd be covered in cuts and calluses considering the type of work he does. But no. His fingertips are smooth and perfect. Sergey continues to admire my earring, but the way he lingers so close to me is a little embarrassing. Yes, they are very beautiful. I was delighted when Sergey gave them to me, and I wear them all the time. He does, doesn't he? Besides, they're the first gift a man has ever given to me, and I intend to cherish them until the end of time. Granted, I often attach value to worthless things, but how could I not treasure these earrings when they were crafted with such love and care? Especially since they were made just for me. I'm wearing your bracelet too. I raise my hand to show off the trinket. The violet zirconia adorning the bracelet sparkles beautifully in the sunlight. You'll have it to remember me by when I'm gone. Of course. You know, Teru, I would like to go with you. Maybe you'd like to come with me, to the library? I wasn't expecting him to invite me anywhere, so I'm not sure what to say. If it was any other day, I'd be more than happy to join him, but today is important. I wonder if he knows what day it is. Or not. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're busy. I have to go. He mutters the last few words almost incoherently, then quickly heads off towards the student council room. Ah, and just like that, he's gone. I'm sure it's because I hesitated, but... damn. I I don't have time to run after him today. I have important business to attend to. Maybe Sergey will leave me a note on the message board, and then we can go for a snacks together, maybe catch a movie. Besides, I'm sure there's a whole load of chocolate just waiting for him today. Friendship chocolate. Yeah, he'll be fine. I'm sure of it. Yikes, that took longer than I thought. I need to hurry and catch up to the guys. No, it's not 14-year-olds, okay? It's great that I've managed to make friends with so many cool people. I slapped myself on the cheek. What am I doing? Focus, Teru. Focus. You have to confess. I know it's difficult, but I can do this. It's today or never. I follow the boys up the stairs to the roof of the main building to our secret hideaway. None of the students are supposed to be up here, but we have a key. Ah, a refreshing breeze ruffles my hair. This is nice. Nothing will ruin my day. Nothing and no one. Hi! Our girlish voice greets us, tearing me away from my thoughts. Hey, Kaga. Is everything ready? But of course. The girl tosses her hair back, indicating how trifling the task had been for her. Kaga already has everything laid out for our arrival. A red checkered picnic blanket, 4 plastic cups with saucers, delicious-looking cinnamon rolls, pancakes, and strawberry milk. Having planned all of this just the day before, we both exchange a knowing glance. This is our little secret. Kaga beckons us all over to the improvised table. As expected, Suzuki-senpai sits down next to me, and Kaga sits next to Subaru. I can do this today. I know I can. These pancakes are delicious. It's been so long since I've had any. Yes, my grandmother was just here visiting, and she cooked them especially for us. So eat and enjoy. Really? I didn't know your grandmother was in town. You should have told me. I would like to have visited her. Well, she was only in town to see a doctor, and she was here for just a few days. Besides, why are you so interested in other people's grandparents? Well, you should cherish the time we have with family, especially when each goodbye could be our last. I never got to say goodbye to my grandmother, and I'll forever regret it. Kaga sympathetically pats me on the shoulder. She knows how much I value family and friends. Next time she's here, I'll make sure to invite you over to meet her. Brooding a bit, I continue to eat in silence, although truthfully I often find it difficult to socialize with other girls. It wasn't easy always getting bullied and picked on for my appearance and hobbies. But I guess it's hard for others to understand that a person's hobbies is their own business and no one else. In the end, it doesn't matter what you're into, whether it's collecting stamps or watching anime, the only thing that's important is that you enjoy it. But no, so many girls tried forcing their opinions on me in an attempt to prove how wrong I am for my tastes. It's different with guys. They aren't nearly as petty and envious, as long as at least not from what I've seen. I'm gonna stop it right there. Yes, there are plenty of petty and envious guys. I'm just saying. Although maybe that's because these two guys only see me as a friend. Not that I have much to talk with them about, but Earth to Teru, are you there? Yeah. Contemptuously, I glare at Kaga, who in all her grace and elegance is simply sitting there eating the strawberries her grandmother had bought for us. I can't believe Kaga and I are friends. Although, is that really so odd? She never bullied me like the other girls. Kaga is better than that. Heck, she's practically a guardian angel, a celestial being who's shown me a world filled with beauty and friendship. Without her, I'd be lost. Meh. Honestly, I'd like to know more about my friends, even little things, like when their family visits. Sigh. I'm sure she's daydreaming about something too complicated for our simple minds. Hold on, try one of these cinnamon buns. They have nuts. Subaru hands me one of the pastries, and upon taking it I realize it's only half a bun? Where's the rest? I continue chewing while shooting him a glare evil enough to skewer the devil himself. Well, at least that's what I hope it looks like. Kaga, you want a piece? Uh-huh. I love cinnamon. He ignored me? Me? I'm about to knock some sense into that jerk, but after glancing over at Senpai, I instantly calmed down. His warm smile has restored my peaceful mood. The buns are delicious, aren't they? Yeah. They're actually really tasty. I'm surprised they're not poisoned with raisins as they so often are. But as much as I'm enjoying it, I need chocolate, a ton of chocolate to calm this maiden heart of mine. Maybe I should eat the friendship chocolate I made for Subaru. Ha, that would serve him right. Speaking of which, I forgot it in my locker on the first floor. Oh well, I'll head down and pick it up after I've accomplished my goal. I vigorously chew on one of the fresh pastries while sighing internally. The atmosphere around us is serene and joyful. We chat about everyday things while sharing a delicious meal. What could be better? Such breaks are a breath of fresh air, especially with how busy I've been with my studies lately. Moments like these give me the strength to keep going. Silence. Beauty. It's divine. But now, it's time to make my move. I reach into my pastry bag and pull out my secret gift. And then glance over at Kaga, who nods almost imperceptibly before continuing to eat her strawberries. Suzu? Thanks for the treat. This is one Valentine's Day I won't soon forget. Although, I hope I'm not chased by a raging crowd of admirers today. There's only so much food I can take. The last thing I need is to spend the entire day embracing my porcelain friend, or worse, ending up in the hospital. Subaru nearly chokes. Someone here ended up hugging a toilet bowl last year, and it wasn't Suzuki, though it hadn't been a whole day. Suzuki quickly heads for the exit. What? You're leaving already? I hadn't realized how quickly the morning had passed. What a nightmare. Sorry, but I had forgotten that I promised to help out the student council today. They're making banners for an animal conservation rally, and I was hoping to paint a cute little rabbit for them. Do they know who they ask for help? Everything you draw ends up looking like a bunch of triangles and sticks mashed together. Well, I'm just observing this time. Want to come with? You expect me to trade a leisurely time eating delicious food for the company of idiots whom I can't stand? How generous. You're always so kind, Subaru. Pass. I'm perfectly content spending time with these lovely ladies and their sweet buns. ... Kaga and I both look at each other and then at Subaru. Then that comment was entirely too ambiguous. Kaga slyly whispers under her breath. Yeah, it's hard not to notice Teru's buns. Kaga! Subaru snorts and Senpai giggles briefly before once again taking on a serious demeanor. Anyhow, I'd rather hang out with women who don't faint and squeal every time I look at them. Is that so? Well, the student council is filled with pretty girls. All one need do is build a proper relationship with one. And there it is, a knife to my heart. Yeah, especially the ones who spy on you and try to steal your underwear from off the balcony. When did that happen? Sigh. I was hoping you wouldn't refuse my offer, but perhaps you would be willing to come for the sake of a friend. Once again, Subaru snorts contemptuously. You're not dragging me into your harem. It's sickening. Well, what if I treat you to a delicious lemon sorbet? There's a hint of interest in Subaru's eyes, but it quickly disappears. Humph. You can't buy me. Not even with 2 sorbet? Pfft. Too little for too risky a business. Are you my friend or an extortionist? What do you think? Fine. 5 lemon sorbet and a case of strawberry milk. That's my final offer. Subaru pauses for a moment, glances at me, and then furtively snorts. Yes! Sold! For 5 lemon sorbet and a case of strawberry milk. Having settled their deal, the guys shake hands and head towards the exit, waving goodbye as they go. Wait, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here and watching the only opportunity I'll have to profess my true love vanish right before my eyes. Another year of waiting. I can't do it. Although, theoretically, I could confess at any time, but this is the first declaration. This is my first declaration of love, so it needs to be perfect, and it needs to be on Valentine's Day. And what if Suzuki finds himself a girl before then? I'd simply die, jump right off a bridge. What are you doing just sitting there? Do something! As if a current of electricity shoots through my body, I loudly blurt out. Suzuki! Wait a second! The guys stop and turn to me in surprise. I know. I even startled myself with that outburst. Did you forget something? Teru, I'm in a hurry. Can't we talk tomorrow? We're meeting at the station at 5 o'clock, right? No way. Tomorrow does not work for me. It has to be today. Wait! There's something I need to do. It's a matter of life and death. I jumped to my feet and almost overturned the entire picnic blanket in the process. I have something important to give you and it can't wait. Fine, but hurry up, or the student council president will tan my hide. That's if she doesn't steal your underwear first. Subaru's being sarcastic again. Hey, no joking, this is serious. I'm so nervous, and that demon is intent on adding fuel to the fire. Anyhow. With trembling hands, I tightly grasped the bundle of cooked chocolate. Come on, Teru, you can do this. 3 years of hesitation, 3 years of waiting, but compared to this moment, it was all nothing. Ooh, sparkles, you guys. Ugh. Why is it always so hard for me to confess my feelings? Senpai, I am... More sparkles. I want to... I flip the bundle of chocolate over in my hands, trying to steady my nerves. Just do it! Wait, that's odd. I look over at Subaru, who's brazenly staring at me. I snide expression on his face, and I don't like it. I can feel my mood slowly souring. Teru, stop beating around the bush. What have you got there? Senpai smiles. Do it! I try to imagine myself as a huge sumo wrestler ready to take on my skinny opponent, Subaru. I take a confident step forward and I trip. And the only word that comes from my mouth is crap. I was destined to fail the moment I got out of bed this morning, wasn't I? Why did I even try? Our friendship is now over. This will be the most shameful moment of my entire life. I'm done. I'll move to Australia and live with the Aborigines. Spend the rest of my days in a lonely hut on the outskirts of a tribal village. Everyone will think me a witch and I'll never find love. As I'm reflecting on my future as a hermit, a hand gently touches my shoulder. Huh? And I'm pulled back to reality, the bitter reality, the most bitter of realities. A reality I could never have imagined for myself. My nose is buried in someone's chest, a man's chest, and it isn't Suzuki's. A firm hand holds me up by the waist. You're looking awfully pale, Teru. Are you feeling okay? I think I'm going to die. Yeah, I'm fine. No, I'm absolutely not fine. Why didn't Suzuki catch me? Why did it have to be Subaru? Arrgh! I want to cry out in frustration. Then I hear laughter come from behind me. Well, well, Teru, you certainly surprised us. It seems you've eaten so much chocolate, so much your legs can barely hold you. Yeah, sure, that's exactly it. He's acting like he doesn't know what's going on. God, he's such a jerk. Senpai's phone rings. He picks it up, guiltily mumbles something into the receiver, and then hurries off. Apparently, the council president's patience has run out. And my knees nearly buckle, almost as if my feet had been kicked out from beneath me. I miss my chance. Hey. I once again realize how closely Subaru is holding me, his arms wrapped around my waist. I can't move. Thanks for the chocolate. He shakes the bundle of chocolate in front of me and sniffs it. It smells good. Hey, that's my chocolate! After making sure I've regained my balance, Subaru gently releases me. Delicious. It's milky smooth. And it has nuts. Hazelnuts. I love hazelnuts. Subaru quickly gobbles up the gift I prepared, speechless. All I can do is watch. I spent 1,000,000 hours making that chocolate, and he inhaled it in all. He inhaled it all in less than 5 minutes or seconds. Is he even human? Thanks, Teru. And what? Your feelings are very tasty. I can tell you spent a long time diligently preparing them just for this moment. You gotta, okay, there is a twist to this. You gotta just keep with it, okay? What? That bastard deliberately ate my chocolate, knowing damn well who I intended it for. Hey Teru, can you hear me? Yes. If I say another word, I'm going to explode. Can you give me the recipe later? And he continues to mock me, the nasty glutton. Okay. Subaru clears his throat. Listen, I'm not going to say this again. I'd rather listen to 1,000,000 of the most boring speeches and lectures over what he's going to say. I really enjoyed your chocolate, and I am very happy to know how you feel about me. I didn't expect a declaration of love from you at all. Wait! Did he misunderstand the situation? Or is he fooling me so he can reject me later as a joke? Yes, of course. I can't believe what I'm hearing. From him? Never. I need to get out of here. I squirm out of his grasp and begin pulling away from this human-shaped object. Teru. He catches me by the arm. Oh, just wait. There are going to be tons of face palms. And the premise of this game is so ridiculous that you're going to face palm through most of it. But it's worth it in the end. Squeezing a bit, Subaru looks into my eyes. I want to be your boyfriend. What? 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 His words throw me off balance. Is he mocking my feelings? Or maybe... Subaru blushes slightly, then looks away. I've never seen him like this before. I don't understand this at all. Is he acting? I know he's perfectly capable of pulling a trick like this. Kaga lets out a loud sigh. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need to get to class. Clearly unhappy, she darts past us and slams the door shut behind her. It seemed like she was upset and angry. Maybe both. We're now alone on the rooftop, save for the birds watching us from a higher wire. Is he waiting for an answer? Yeah, watch me say something and he turns it into a joke. I don't know what to say. I don't remember which way gets me what. I'm just gonna say something. Doubt and fear instantly paralyze me. I take a deep breath and try to force something, anything, out of my mouth. It'll be difficult, but I can explain everything. I stealthily peek up at Subaru. The shadow of displeasure he'd been wearing earlier is completely gone from his face. He actually looks happy. And uncertainty penetrates my heart. What if... No, it can't be. I take another deep breath. Fine. All of this is my fault, and I'm the only one who can fix it. If he misunderstood my intentions, then it was my mistake. And if he does have feelings for me, which I highly doubt, if I don't trudge carefully, I might end up hurting him, and that could destroy our friendship. Besides, Senpai knows how I feel, and he ignored me. Today, of all days! I doubt he even cares about me. What's fine? It's just fine. Can you give me a little more than that? He's killing me here. I don't want to have to say it. So? We can go out! Crap. Did I just blurt that out? Farewell, my first and last love. I will now be defiled forever and ever by an evil demon from the very pits of hell itself. Wow, not even an objection? And I didn't have to get mad and yell or anything. Yeah, what choice did I have? Oddly, owning my mistake was easier than I thought, but looking at him, I don't understand any of this at all. I just hope Kaga will forgive me. I don't know how I'm going to explain myself to her. Whatever just happened between us, I couldn't say no. Why did I hesitate? Why didn't I just tell him the truth? He grabs me by the waist again. Whoa, keep it up, buddy, and you're getting smacked. I swear on my mother. I'm happy. Subaru looks up at the sky and then to the door. Pulling away, he pats me on the head. Has the North Pole melted? Is water dry? Can pigs fly? Hey, it's getting late. We should go. We have class, remember? Trying to change the subject, I see. This entire situation has me exhausted. I wish I was brave enough to tell him no. Why do I always act so impulsively? And when an opportunity comes around to fix things, I can't bring myself to do it. Stupid situation. Stupid me. Are you so ecstatic about everything that you're at a loss for words? Yeah, that's totally it. I'm so happy right now. Right. Don't worry, I've got you. He takes my hand and leads us to class, with me sullenly following behind. And so that's how we suddenly became a couple. Alright, that's just the first, I think that's the first chapter, the prologue. That was the demo. So, here I am, and I have no idea what to do. Sitting humbly at the edge of the bed, hands folded, I watch the rain and lightning through a window. Subaru and I have been returning from class when it suddenly began to pour. Despite our differing majors, we share most of the same classes this year. And so, I am here now, alone, in his room. I'm just sitting here quietly waiting for him. Perhaps I should take a peek around. I've never been here before, and I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what to do. Flying pig, yes, they are a couple. They're still a couple. This is the ridiculous premise, okay? But you guys, please, stick with it. It's worth it. Alright. So we gotta look at everything here. Wow. It's the cushion Suzuki gave Subaru during last year's festival. Well, to be fair, he offered it to Kaga first, but she refused the ugly thing, saying it wouldn't fit her idea of a tastefully decorated room. I also refused because... because I'd seen how much Subaru liked it. Accepting it with a twinge of guilt, he then bought me a Cinnabon, as if apologizing for my loss. Oh, it was delicious, made with white chocolate and nuts. Just thinking about it now is making me hungry. What a tasteless mess. Ugh, you can't even tell what the artist intended to depict, not unless you sit there staring at it for who knows how long trying to make sense of it. Perhaps there's no meaning to it at all, and whatever meaning one finds is all imagined. Nope, I'll never understand modern art, although I prefer if no one knew that. A clock sits on this bedside table, ticking away. Who in their right mind buys a ticking time clock these days? Of all modern technology's benefits, the ability to quietly keep time is one of its greatest. Ugh, that tick-tocking is starting to get on my nerves. Carefully covered with a snow-white cloth, Subaru's hard-working friend is currently out of commission. Strange how neat and clean the room is. I always imagined that the refuge of a brilliant artist would be covered in dust and cobwebs, with paint splattered everywhere. Torn paper decomposing picturesquely about the room, all evidence of the artist's extreme pain as he goes about creating his newest masterpiece. It seems Subaru is quite tidy, although I should have guessed as much. After all, his workshop in the university is also cozy and clean. Oh, a magazine. Let me guess. Plants. Of course it is. Well, what else would it be with this guy? Anyhow, there's no need to take a closer look. It's not a subject I'm particularly interested in. I remember this picture. Subaru drew it a long time ago. I think around the time we first met. He used high-quality charcoal pencils, which were popular among the students. They're so expensive. Subaru said his brother, who'd been studying art in Europe, sent them to him as a gift. I'm starting to stutter. But as far as I know, he's an only child. I bet he said that just so the other students wouldn't pester him over it. That or he's hiding something. Wow, so many jars with different colored paints. And types, acrylic, gouache, and a few others I don't recognize. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to how they're organized, but upon closer inspection, there's definitely some type of order to them. Clearly, one only a genius could understand. But how does he find anything on that shelf? God, I'm not even drinking today. I'll have to ask him later. How lovely. There are so many different types of the plant in the room, even a small cactus. They are happy little plants. Subaru once gave me something similar, but it quickly withered despite my diligent care. It seems flowers simply aren't for me. I can only admire them from afar, or they wither. There we go. So he's kept Kaga's gifts, but where are mine? Is he hiding them? Did he throw them away? Has he sold them? Subaru is like an old collector. He diligently saves junk, neatly displays it on his shelves, and is unable to part with any of it. I can't believe he got rid of my gifts. They have to be around here somewhere. Books and materials required for Subaru studies. I have most of the same ones, plus a few others that I need as a profile illustrator. There are a few non-course related books here, but they look quite useful. Oh, I'll have to borrow this one. Photos. Why does he still have these pictures? I thought he threw them out a long time ago. Various photographs are pinned to the corkboard. Kaga, Suzuki, Subaru, and others. No complaints here. But here's one photo. Me! From 3 years ago. With plump cheeks and a dull expression on my face as I nervously stare at that rat. Who took this picture? Why does he have it? Has he been saving it to blackmail me once I become famous? So he can manipulate me and bend me to his will? Damn it. If that's the case, I too must maintain my own cachet of compromising evidence with which to counter his vile schemes. But if I demand he give it to me, it'll likely cause a fight, although maybe he won't notice if I... Should I take it or leave it? I think I'm going to take it. I quickly pluck the photo from the board and shove it into my pocket. I'm sure he'll eventually notice it's gone, and my treachery will certainly be revealed and punished. But, meh. I wish I could. Yes, he's rich. He lives in his own apartment not far from the university. Kaga and I stay in the campus dormitory in the next town over, which could use a mosquito net among many other things. Air conditioning? Dream on. Heck, we have to wait in line for our morning shower, and this guy has his own private bathroom. Thank goodness we have our own rooms. I don't think I could stand sharing a dorm with one of those nasty girls. Although I wouldn't mind having Kaga as a roommate. Closing my eyes, I imagine our joint adventures, doing everything that girls usually do. All that's missing is a late-night conversation sharing obscenely intimate... Oh, I'm dreaming again. We're not even done looking yet. Here it is, a testament to Subaru's prolific artistry. You won't find anything like it in my room. I hate canvas. I prefer to draw on paper. Subaru has spent most of his life painting, and few of his peers have ever reached his level of skill, no matter how hard they try. The paintings are framed and neatly stacked, and will likely be sent off to a gallery soon. Only a few of his creations have been awarded the honor of adorning the walls of local museums as decoration, not as part of any of the exhibits. I try to pick one up to get a better look at it, but it's so heavy. There's only 3 of them here, so few. I'm sure he has hundreds of them hidden away somewhere, but I don't have time to look for them now. Although I am curious. The bed is small but comfortable. Sitting on it makes me a little nervous. It'll definitely be cramped with both of us on it. I hope it won't be the first place I find myself naked with a man, satisfying our basic needs. Wait, what am I even thinking about? Oh, God. It's a good thing my sketchbook didn't get wet from the rain. I sigh in relief and begin flipping through the pages as I scrutinize the sketches I'd drawn earlier today. I'm not good at depicting environments, no matter what my teachers say. I need to seriously consider working on this gap in my artistic skill set. But that snake Subaru was amazing at them. Maybe I should ask him for some help sometime. No. He'll probably demand something in return. And it won't be buns or ice cream. I'm almost afraid to think about it. By the way, where's my unwanted boyfriend's sketchbook? If I can just find it, I'll be able to learn all of his secrets, and with that knowledge, I'll become famous and no one will be able to take me down. Amused with myself, I laugh. I then begin looking around for Subaru's sketchbook. It's not on the table, or on the chair, or on the bed, or sitting on the shelves. Where could he have put it? I know it's not. I don't want to rubber. I actually think rummaging through his things, I don't want to do anything because I want to get on Suzuki's route because he's my favorite. All right. And besides, Gabby will like Suzuki better. It's okay. I'll just ask him how to show me what he drew. Today. I've always been fascinated by his artwork and pretty much everything else he does, even though he's a jerk. I'm sure he'll be a famous artist one day. I remember being so amazed with Subaru's abilities when I first started university here. He was clearly far more talented than the rest of our class. He will. I like Suzuki better, but Subaru is like your standard normal love interest. Suzuki's a little steamier. He's definitely steamier. But even though his academic performance was phenomenal, he didn't socialize much with others and had a reputation for being a bit of a jerk. During our first year, we both worked on a project together, and would often stay after class to continue painting the huge 6-foot-tall canvas we were preparing for the freshman art competition. No, he's not a bro. He's not a bro. Actually, I kind of think Subaru's more of a bro than Suzuki is. No, Suzuki's the tease. As new students, neither of us had the necessary skills and knowledge for a project of that size, and so finishing seemed like an insurmountable task. But oddly enough, we worked well together, and we were quite pleased with the end result. It was a lifeless glade of mechanical flowers below a menacing gray sky. Steampunk. Post-apocalyptic. The enslavement of human robots. Now that I think about it, that painting encompassed our innermost thoughts and feelings at the time. It was amazing. When we had just finished the project, I had accidentally dripped green paint right in the middle of the canvas. I thought Subaru was going to kill me. But he only snorted, calmly approached the canvas, painted a flower on the blot, and then surrounded it with a halo of light. Shut up, Gabby. No, it's better. It's actually more of a love triangle thing, okay? Okay, never mind. I'm just going to keep reading. It was serendipity that a small glimmer of hope was added to the painting. Despite the fact that our technique was far from professional, the painting was surprisingly well received. We won first place and became the talk of the university and beyond. Journalists interviewed us for magazines, and the piece was briefly displayed at a local museum. Now it's probably gathering dust in a warehouse somewhere. Our 15 minutes of fame wasn't nearly enough. Ah, well. If nobody cares about it anymore, we should find it and take it back. Proper formulas, whatever. There's enough steaminess, though. I guess you could say our friendship was born with that painting. Reminiscing on all of this, I begin to feel a twinge of nostalgia, sadness, warmth, and happiness all at the same time. It's wonderful that all of that happened. Alright, here we go. Bathroom door. Subaru is still taking a shower. Should I tell him to hurry up or just wait? Alright, I should tell him to hurry. Here we go. Hurry. Worried, I approach the door. He's been in there for far too long. What if something happened to him? What if he slipped and fell? Grabbing the handle, I swallow. Wait, what am I doing? Do I really want to drag a naked Subaru into this room? The bathroom door suddenly flies open, and Subaru is now standing before me. There you go, Gabby. Sorry it took so long. I couldn't get warm after getting drenched in that rain. It was quite the sudden downpour. The forecast didn't even mention the possibility of rain today. It just said it'd be hot. So I decided against bringing my umbrella, even though I had it in my bag all last week. Murphy's Law. More like meteorologist's law. The day they correctly predict the weather is the day hell freezes over. Subaru stands right in front of me with a towel over his head. Small droplets of water drip down from his hair onto his shoulders, and from there they swiftly roll down. Lower and lower, over his six-pack abs, and from there down. Lower. I look at him and... God, put some clothes on! What am I staring at? I avert my gaze, but my eyes keep returning to that one spot. His brightly striped boxers. Well, at least they're not polka dots. What fan service is this? Is that demon trying to seduce me? What? Nothing. I hope you had a nice shower. It's like he can read my thoughts. I take another peek. There's nothing wrong with staring at a man's naked body, is there? Although Kaga is still hesitant to talk to me, I can't allow this to affect our friendship any more than it already has. Oh, look, what a cheerful design on that wallpaper there. I think I'll take a closer look. Were you tired in class today? No, I was actually pretty okay. Well, I'm beat. It was a busy day, a lot of running around and fussing, and that downpour we got caught in. Did you dry off okay? I dried off just fine, thank you very much, unlike you. I briefly look at Subaru, then turn away again. My indignation has forced me to stare at the wall. And I'm not cold. Teru? I'm not one to complain, you know, but thank you for the towel. I nod in the direction of the wet towel lying carelessly in between us. I thought you might need a couple more after getting drenched like that, but maybe not. Perhaps when you get older and taller. He laughs cheerfully at his joke and lightly pats me on the head. Of course, I'm not as talented as him, or most of the other students here in the university for that matter, but I'm still a woman. He treats me like I'm nothing, mocking me. Just look at yourself, all wet. I grab one of the towels and throw it at his head. Didn't your mom teach you to dry yourself off properly? You're going to catch cold. Angrily, I begin rubbing two terry cloth towels over Subaru's hair. He's quite a bit taller than me, so I have to stretch up to reach him, and it's not terribly convenient. Humph. Teru, stop it, that tickles. The always serious Subaru is now cheerfully laughing away. He's usually not this lively. Finally, having had enough, he grabs the towel from my hands and looks at me sternly. That's enough. And I freeze. He scares me sometimes. Then I remember that we're alone in his apartment. All alone. Together alone. And if he wanted to do something to me, there's no one here to save me. He is a cunning predator, having lured an innocent lamb into his den to be devoured. Well, you won't get anything from me. I won't give up. I'll fight until my very last breath. Do you need some dry clothes? I don't know. I have some comfortable shirts and pants you can borrow. Yeah, and I'll look like one of those girls you see in the movies wearing her lover's shirt in the morning after a night of... Damn, do they even know how men's clothes can smell? Ah, stop fantasizing, Teru. They'll be baggy, but it's better than nothing. Aha, there it is, the dangerous wolf. I'll take my clothes off, and then he'll. Anyhow, thanks for helping me dry off, but you could have been a little gentler with me. I'm surprised I'm not bald with how hard you were rubbing my head. But I was having fun. Are you sure you don't need a t-shirt to change into? I'm fine, thank you. Well, I'm just offering. You don't have to if you don't want to. And there's no need to pout. I just don't want you getting sick. He smiles apologetically. Surely this is all a clever ruse to tarnish my purity. He'll gnaw away at it like a rat. Things are starting to feel a little tense. I hope he doesn't plan on pulling anything. I'm sorry. This is all my fault for not having an umbrella. I shouldn't have made you walk with me. And now he's overreacting. And if you get sick, then I'll have to spend money on medicine and... Damn. And here I thought he was developing a conscience. I won't get sick. And I brood even more. Teru, is something wrong? Why are you standing there in just your underwear? Oh, I said that out loud, without even thinking. I blurted out the first thing that had come to mind. Damn my tongue. Underwear? They're shorts. Don't lie to me. I know what shorts look like. Those shorts of yours are shorter than the shortest shorts in the entire world. They're shorts. Okay, so let's say they are shorts. Then are these buttons? I touch one of his nipples and lightly press on it. I'm not even sure where my courage is coming from today, but I'm even surprising myself. It's just that whenever I argue with Subaru, I forget about everything else. He's just so... He grabs my hand and pulls it away, but doesn't let go. That is not a button. Maybe I went too far. I know it's just my bad mood, but I want to make fun of him, to hurt him somehow. But that's wrong. It's not right to bully others just because you feel like it. I know, I'm sorry. I got carried away. Having received my apology, Subaru suddenly softens his demeanor and looks at me with tenderness in his eyes. This is all so confusing and frustrating that I can't respond to him in the same way. Kaga would never forgive me if I crossed that line. I refuse to let whatever this is we're doing here hurt her. Fine. If you don't like these shorts, I'll change. Underwear. He walks back into the bathroom. I just hope he doesn't come out again wearing even shorter shorts, or worse. An image of Subaru wearing an elephant-shaped Speedo runs through my head. Oh, stop it. I don't want to imagine Subaru looking like that, but it's too late. The image is now burned into my retinas. Ugh. The horror that is my imagination. Damn it, stop thinking such stupid things. I begin to carefully examine the furniture in the apartment in the hope of distracting my thoughts. The small room has everything one would need. A laptop for study, paint, brushes, easel, rulers, paper, a bookcase. There. I think it's working. That vulgar image is mostly gone. Thinking about it now, it's been a month since the incidents. A freaking month since I failed to confess to Senpai, and I'm still with Subaru. What the hell am I doing? I didn't think we'd last a week. I was sure Subaru would quickly get bored of teasing me, and all of this would pass on its own. How naive I was. Suzuki found out about our relationship almost immediately and began to enthusiastically cheer us on. Well done, Subaru. Keep it up, Teru. This was long overdue. Kaga, look how well they get along. I told you so. Senpai can be kind and sympathetic, but sometimes he's incredibly stupid. How didn't he notice my feelings for him? Although, if I'm being honest, he probably did know, and had been aware of them for a long time. It's just that he couldn't answer me with his love, and so he now rejoices in my relationship with Subaru. I hope I don't ever have the desire to confess to him again. Suzuki is pretty sly, and I'm sure he plays with all the girls' hearts. No one can be that popular without a story behind it. Just as flowers attract bees with their sweet nectar, Senpai attracts the ladies with his sweet words. But according to Kaga, he's had a lot of girlfriends since the incident, but not a single one of them has lasted very long. Not that my love for him would have held out much longer. In fact, he just broke up with his most recent girlfriend. Kaga was incredibly sulky at first and refused to say a word to me for 2 days straight. I thought it was the end of our friendship, the end of my carefree university life. Goodbye, friends. Hello, loneliness. But as upset as she was at me, she wouldn't talk to Subaru for an entire month and had completely ignored him. I guess he bore the brunt of her wrath. Fortunately, she forgave me and we began speaking again, but she still isn't completely herself whenever we talk. But how was I to know that our plan would backfire? How could I have known that was going to happen? Although it's pretty much a given that nothing ever goes smoothly for me. Well, it's a good thing Kaga is so forgiving. She says that if these feelings have already faded, then there's no reason to remain upset or angry. No, Kaga was never with Suzuki. She was never with either of them. It was clear that she had a thing for Subaru, and she was pissed when they got together. Some students call her unbalanced. One moment she's angry, and the very next she's as sweet as pie. But the fact of the matter is, she doesn't cling to irrelevant things, whether it's fashion, feelings, or relationships. What happens if she starts to consider our friendship irrelevant? And what do I do with this unwanted love? Not that it's been a strain on me or anything. Nothing has really changed between Subaru and I, other than us spending more time together. Fortunately, we don't do the things that normal couples do, which makes me worried that he's going to want to do those things sooner rather than later. At least when we're in public, I'm not quite as nervous about it. On the weekends, we often walk around town, go to the movies, eat ice cream, and all sorts of delicious things. It's great. No, it most definitely is not great. Senpai thinks that I'm taken. Although we disagree a lot and often argue, we're still as friendly as we were before. P is for persistence. Yes, Subaru is very attentive, and I doubt he's playing a dirty trick on me. Any other girl would probably love to have him as a boyfriend. But not I. I still don't understand what he wants from me. Is he playing? Is he really in love? He's up to something. He has to be. No, I slap myself on the cheek and shake my head. That's enough. I'm overthinking things. The bathroom door opens again and my boyfriend re-enters the room. He looks completely different now that he's wearing a shirt and long pants. No more of my buttons for you. Psh, I won't even try. He laughs. Looking at him, I involuntarily smile. Stay strong, Teru. Don't let him win. Still, I hope you dried off well enough and don't end up getting sick. I hope so too. Can't imagine showering in a man's apartment and then putting on his clothes. It's also embarrassing for me, even though there's nothing to it. We're just friends after all, but I can't risk it. My clothes are, one might say, my knightly armor. They give me confidence, and I'm calm and comfortable in them. But what if I'm swayed by the moment and lose control, thus putting myself in a compromising position, and then I touch something that I shouldn't? Although I've already touched something today that I shouldn't have. Fortunately, I didn't stir any of his feelings with it. Oh, I know how we can warm up. I shudder. I know what couples usually do to warm up. I'll make us some hot tea. Oh. I excitedly raise my hand, like a first grader who's eager to answer the teacher's question. I'd like mine with milk, please. Oh, so she does know how to ask politely. Subaru walks into the kitchen area and turns on an electric kettle. He then pulls a few pastries out of the fridge. I immediately smell sweet vanilla, and it has me drooling. What do we have here? I know you couldn't refuse the hazelnut cream and marshmallow eclair. Just like a demon, he knows how to tempt me. Can you unwrap one for me? And don't forget to pour extra chocolate syrup on it. And extra diabetes on it. Subaru quickly prepares my order. I hope I don't end up with a toothache from eating so much sugar. Sitting on the bed, we spread the food out on top of the blankets. It's nice sharing a meal with a friend, although I catch Subaru staring at me. What? I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I notice that whenever you eat, you look happy. So he's attempting to lull me into complacency with food. Or is he truly happy to see me like this? Aren't you happy too? I mean, it's really not about the food. It's about who you share your meal with. It's nice eating together, talking about this and that, sharing your thoughts and feelings with someone who's dear to you. Subaru thinks for a moment. So, you consider me someone who's dear to you? His question is sudden, and now he's waiting for an answer. I feel my face heat up. Answering is going to be really embarrassing. How is it that a friend's attentive gaze has made my heart race like this? Is he antagonizing me? I nod. How do I even tell him how I feel without him misunderstanding me? Again. So, am I? What more does he want from me? I already nodded. Does he want a confession of love? Never. Or is that a no? He shakes his head in disgusted, looks away, disappointed, as if I'd just said something incredibly rude. And my heart aches as if I'd crushed the spirits of a small child. Yes, I treasure you. I cherish our relationship. Ugh, it's that insidious thief getting me to say something so embarrassing out loud. My cheeks are burning up. I hope I'm not as red as a chili pepper. I do too. You do? You're very dear to me. My heart feels like it's about to burst from my chest. I've always wanted to hear those words, but not from Subaru. Although, no, I refuse to buy his corny words. He's just trying to get me to let my guard down. Although I do admit, we've been friends for 3 years now. But he hasn't confessed his love to me. I'm dear to him, as he is to me, but as friends, and nothing more. He turns away and looks out the window. It doesn't look like the rain's going to stop anytime soon. Yeah. I bite off a piece of the eclair and wash it down with a sip of tea. If my mouth is full, I can't say anything embarrassing. I'll just run an extra mile tomorrow morning. I need to get home somehow. I grab my plate and walk it to the sink. Thank you for the delicious treat. Stop. It's getting dark out and it isn't safe to take a taxi in this weather. The train station is too far. Maybe you should stay the night. Eh? Give him a piece and he'll devour the entire cake, or whatever the saying is. If you don't want to, I won't force you, but you haven't completely dried off yet, and it's late. Subaru doesn't like it when people don't listen to him, which I often don't. He rages when I ignore him, and so we constantly quarrel. That's not a problem for me. If I stay, then why didn't I take a shower before? Besides, it'd be inconvenient for me, and I'd really like to go home. Not to mention your apartment is pretty small, and you only have the one bed. He seems a little taken aback by my resistance, and angered by my arguments. He might have fallen asleep. Gabby might have fallen asleep. You could have showered. I offered you clothes. Damn it, Teru. How many times have we spent the night together, and here you are acting like it's never happened before? But we weren't a couple back then, and the idea of being seduced by you wasn't even a possibility in my mind. Now I can't stop thinking that it might really happen. Maybe I'm a pervert for always thinking about these things. But no, that can't be it. It wasn't just us sleeping together. Kaga and Suzuki were there too, so it doesn't count. Fine. I offered. You refused. Let me just change my clothes and I'll walk you out. Am I really doing the right thing here? He's been treating me so well. And he's not even trying to pressure me into it. But this is the first time I've been in your apartment, and Ah! I scream. The electricity in his apartment goes out. Even his clock is dead, but I still hear it ticking. Does he have a watch on? Where is that ticking coming from? Lord, I'm so scared. And here I am thinking about the clock. I think the lightning might have blown a fuse. Give me a second, and I'll go take a look. Okay, I want him to go, because I'm going to let him go. It is a faithfully immature and unrealistic, but I'm telling you guys, the payoff at the end is worth it. It's hard seeing in the dark, but judging by the sound of things, Subaru has opened the door and left the apartment. How knightly. How courageous. He just abandoned a helpless maiden. Lightning flashes once more, followed by the rumbling of thunder. And, it's loud and frightening. I'm paralyzed with fear and unable to move. At the speed of light, all sorts of confusing thoughts flash through my mind. They're so quick I can't even grasp their meaning. Subaru, Kagari, Senpai, the university, paintings, chocolate, everything that has led to me being here alone in this room, in this dark room right now. The hallway, paintings, brushes, telephones. Telephones? I have a phone too. I take my phone out of my skirt pocket and the screen lights up. Let there be light. Hi-fi light. Ah! The room is indeed a tad bit lighter, but dreadful shadows dance over every surface. This is so much worse. I've always been afraid of the dark, thunder, and lightning, but when they all happen together, I can't help but be petrified. Like right now. Stop. This is no time to panic. I can just call someone, and it should brighten up the minutes it takes for Subaru to return to this horrible place. I'm about to dial Kaga's number, but stop myself at the last second. What if she finds out I'm with Subaru this late at night? She'll be furious. She'll probably scream and hang up. Well, there are a few other numbers in my phone. I can't call Daddy. Yeah, I can just imagine it now. Hi, Dad. It's the middle of the night and I'm at a guy's apartment. Can you talk? He'd probably kill both Subaru and me by just thinking about it. Besides, he lives pretty far away and we don't often talk on the phone. Although he works hard to pay for my schooling. Heck, my old man doesn't even know that I have friends. I've never told him, and he doesn't ask. And I can't call any of my teachers. That'd just be weird. Sure, there are some nice folk among them, but I try to keep our communication relegated to academic issues only. And Sergei may think my call odd, especially after I declined his invitation that day. We never did talk about it again. I think he may be avoiding me. Did I offend him? The rest on the list, I'm not sure I can rely on them. The only one left is Senpai. That frivolous yet incredibly attractive man. I haven't seen him much over the last month. We only have lunch together. We share photos and texts in the evening, but that's it. I don't know if I should call him, though I would really like to hear his voice right now. Maybe he'll say something funny and calm me down a little. Or he's busy and won't answer. Well, it's time to choose the lesser of two evils. My finger presses the dial button. And my heart beats furiously within my ears, almost as if it knows that whatever I am doing right now is wrong. I felt exactly the same way the first time we ever spoke on the phone. He's not going to answer. He's probably busy with some pretty girl, or with the student council president at some party or another. Hello? Thank God. Teru, why are you calling me so late? He's probably shocked to hear from me. I so rarely call anyone. Writing in social networks or texting is so much easier than talking in real time. You actually have time to think and formulate what you're going to say before you say it. Hi, Suzuki. What are you doing right now? Well, I can hear music and voices in the background, and the rattling of dishes. Of course. What else would a handsome young man be doing on a Friday night? Certainly not sitting at home cross-stitching. I involuntarily exhale in disappointment, and I'm sure he heard it on the other end. Nothing special. Sorry to bother you so late, but if you're calling, then it's probably important. Do you need something? Oh no, it's just that... Wow, this is new. Teru's calling me for no reason at all. If he was in the same room as me right now, I'm sure he'd be mocking me with his eyes like he does when he's usually teasing someone. So you're bored and remembered your old friend. I take a deep breath and try to relax my voice, to hide my fear and talk casually. You know, Teru, you should really be calling your boyfriend in times like these, not me. I'm sure Subaru would be happy to hear your voice. I know. I'm not bored. It's just, I felt like calling. I can't hold it in anymore and end up screaming. And it's dark here, even though I'm with my boyfriend. You're at Subaru's place? Well, I don't think I can help you there. I'm sure he knows where everything is. Yes, I know. That's not what I'm calling about. Did he do something to you? The tenor of his voice has gone from sarcastic to worried. I'll be right there. Wait! No, it's... Of course. I'm glad he's willing to drop everything and come running to me, but with this storm, it'll be morning before he gets here. I just want to talk. He hasn't hurt me or anything. He just left me alone in the dark. He sighs in relief. Wait, so he really hasn't done anything to you? Suzuki, any other guy would have just waved me off for being afraid of the dark, expecting me to fall asleep or find something to preoccupy myself with, but I'm a little scared here. He pauses. I'm leaving right now. The words are unexpected, but make me happy. Drawing more air into my lungs, I begin to ramble. It was raining out, and so we came here, and then the lights went out. The fuse blew, and Subaru went to fix it, and now I'm here all alone in a dark room. And I'm afraid of the dark. A little bit. Well, quite a bit. By the time I finish, I'm tired and out of breath, and so my last sentence sounds desperate and pitiful. Suzuki, come here. Or some chick. Suzuki, come here. I hear a woman's voice in the background. Sayuri, please, not now. I'll be right back. So he definitely is busy, and here I am bothering him. I'm just grateful he decided to pick up the phone. I shouldn't be pestering him. I'm sorry I bother you. I know you're busy. Perhaps I can somehow... Wait! So I lied. A little. I am a little busy, but I'm at dinner. Sayuri is the daughter of my parents' friends, and she was calling me back to the table. But it's not what you think, at least not what you would usually think. I let out a sigh of relief and my cheeks flush. Why is he explaining this to me? I didn't even ask who that girl was. Well, it doesn't matter. What's important is that he's talking to me now. So, are you at Subaru's apartment? Yes. We were walking from class, and then the rain suddenly began to dump all over us. And he, lives close to the university, so I was dragged into his lair. And now the lights are out. Oh, Teru, don't be so nervous. Subaru isn't so rotten as to force you to do anything you wouldn't approve of. Besides, he knows you know how to fight. He laughs. Yes, I can. You don't just forget years of karate practice overnight. How many years has it been since primary school, and I still remember most of my moves. I figured that out when you beat up those girls in the bathroom. Hey, they had it coming. I'm sure you wouldn't enjoy being cornered and doused with dirty water. Yes. But if it was any other girl, she'd have sat there crying. Like I was going to just sit there and endure the abuse. I don't need to tell him how I was bullied in school because of my appearance and hobbies. Because I was shy and withdrawn. But I know that all of it was my own fault. And I'm getting tired here. Because I allowed those girls to derive joy from my misery. My spirit was broken after my mother died. I couldn't bring myself to talk to anyone, let alone use my martial arts skills. Not even in defense. Everything just seemed pointless. It's a shame my depression dragged on for several years, turning me into an enigmatic and incomprehensible mess. I've never told anyone about it, but I'm sure my friends are aware that I had a hard time when I was younger. Teru, are you still there, or have the monsters under the bed eaten you? I'm here. I didn't realize how absorbed I'd become in my own thoughts. Unpleasant memories tend to envelop their bearers in an unsettling aura, while good ones are usually quickly forgotten. I learned about that in the psychology course I took during my first semester. That's why I try so hard to relish pleasant moments, so that I can better commit them to memory. Didn't you say your dad thought you did well with your karate and praised you a lot back then? But then, in secondary school, you suddenly decided to become an artist and quit karate practice. Yeah. Why? I honestly don't remember why. I mean, I went to practice because he wanted me to. I was a kid. I had no choice. None of us had a choice. True, but he was always into all of that stuff. The spirit, inner strength, the power of words. Whatever a person does is what he becomes. If you're a ship and you want to fly, then you can fly. Yeah, and he gave me such an unconventional name. Anyone else would have named their child something like Sawako or Miyuki. Good names. But no, he had to name me Amaterasu. Suzuki continues to laugh for a bit. You have a beautiful name. Perhaps. If it didn't clash with my personality and appearance, I'm sure I'd be fine. If Kaga was named Amaterasu, it would fit her perfectly, but I don't know who would win in a fight. Not sure. Your father was right. It suits you. What? Why is that? Amaterasu. He slowly sings my name. Hey. Amaterasu. Damn it, stop that. Amaterasu. What is he doing? I'm gonna hang up. I don't care how scared I am. I've already forgotten about it. I'm sorry. It's just really beautiful. And it suits you because you're cheerful, optimistic, and strong in spirit. And sometimes you shine as bright as an uncut diamond. You unite the people around you, even though you deny it. Listening to this is so embarrassing. I had no idea you thought that way about me. I'm speechless. Thank you. I'm just saying what I think. By the way, you said you're afraid of the dark. That's something I never noticed before. Yes. I am afraid. I was so wrapped up in my conversation with Suzuki that I'd forgotten where I was and that I'd ever been scared in the first place. We continued to talk for a while. He asked me about my studies, we share how each of our days went, and he tells me about his somewhat insane day. About his father's friends who came to visit while on vacation, and how they brought mountains of strange food with them that everyone was too afraid to try. I laugh. My life isn't nearly as crazy. I don't often talk to the other students, and I hardly know anyone here at the university. A woman calls him a couple of times, but Suzuki ignores her and continues talking with me. And what happened when you got to Subaru's place? He took a shower, but I refused. I wouldn't have expected you to. And we shared a sweet treat. But that's definitely your style. And then the lights had blacked out. He left to go fix them, but it's been a long while now. Do you think something happened to him? Oh, Teru, don't worry. Everything is fine, I'm sure of it. He rarely gets into trouble. Besides, I'm sure he put the brakes on your situation. Pfft. If anyone has ever put the brakes on a situation, it was you. I so badly want to say that to Senpai, but I don't. I'm still sore that he pretended to not see my confession coming. It was so stupid. Ah, Teru, I'm glad you called me. It's okay, I just didn't know what else to do. I wasn't even sure you'd answer. I'm so glad Suzuki picked up and we were able to have this heart-to-heart talk. It's been a long time since we've chatted like this. Sorry. That took longer than I thought. I couldn't find the fuse box, so we'll have to manage without power for the time being. Subaru's back. Oh, I hear Subaru there. I'm happy we got to chat. You should call me more often. Just not from Subaru's apartment. Suzuki. Well then, bye. I don't even have time to say goodbye myself. He drops this call so suddenly. But at least it didn't sound like I was a bother to him. This is all Subaru's fault. You certainly took your time. What if I was attacked by a monster? Well, I guess I would have just called Suzuki then, since it's apparent he's the only one willing to keep me company in this dark. Your precious senpai, always coming to your rescue. I'm sure the monster would have attacked me as I searched for the fuse box. I ended up covered in cobwebs and almost fell down the stairs. He seems upset. I'm sorry. Anyway, you'll have to stay here tonight. What? I'm not letting you leave the building with the hallways so dark. And I'm not escorting you out. I already locked the door, so don't even think about trying to escape. His words are clear and firm. It's pointless to argue with him when he's like this. To be perfectly clear, I reiterate, so that you absolutely understand, Teru, you are staying here. He grabs my hand, sits me down on the bed, and covers me with a blanket. This apartment is protection from monsters. That bed is too. I'll sleep on the floor. He grabs a pillow from the bed and lies down beside it. Are you comfortable sleeping there? Quite. I toss the blanket down to him, lay back on the bed, and turn towards the wall. I can't say sleeping in regular clothes is going to be comfortable, but it's too late to ask for a t-shirt. I really don't know what I want. I guess I really am your typical woman. And I'm tired, too. Today has been exhausting, wrangling all of these tensions and emotions. My eyelids begin to feel heavy and slowly start to close. Marshmallow dreams, Subaru. All right. That's it for that chapter.